Hello everyone, it's good to be back. Podcast is growing. I just thought before I take off my clothes, get in the shower, I thought, fuck, sweating up. I thought I'd quickly do a podcast. It's been a while. It's been about 2 weeks. Hope everyone's in the best of health. Ramadan Mubarak to everyone. And to everyone that's been asking, have I been fasting? It's really none anyone's business, but I take medication due to personal reasons. So I was told I can't fast, but that's another story. We'll address it later. Time is right now. Jesus. 10:05. Where do I start? He's been asking me a lot of questions, and he's enjoyed when I spoke about certain people in the past. I'm going to talk about someone that everyone keeps asking me about. His nickname's Possum, and you all know him as, I think, Mikey or something like that, but I know him as Possum. You all know him as Mikey. He used to be very, very outspoken on Instagram till he got jailed for 10 years. Everyone's asking, did I know him, and all this stuff, rah, rah. All right, let's address this. Michael Odisho, his real name is. See if you want to Google who he is. Mikey was a friend of mine for years. Like, I knew him for a long time. And everyone keeps saying to me, how did I know him? What's my friendship with Syrians and all that? I have a lot of Syrian mates, just like I have a lot of Lebo mates, a lot of Islanders, a lot of Aboriginals. I don't care what nationality you are, so I don't like basing things on people's nationality if I want to befriend them. If someone's a good bloke, I'm their mate. So let me tell you about Mikey, how I met him. And I'm going to raise my voice a little bit. Sorry, the washing machine's on. I'll put it on as soon as I got home. But anyway, he's probably here in the background. So anyway, how I met Mikey. I was in custody at Parkley Jail. It would have been 2005 or 4. I can't remember the exact time. I was there for so many years. I don't know what year it was when he came in. I'm pretty sure it could have been 205, something like that, or 204. I'm not sure. But anyway, this is how Mikey became friends with me and my brother and my cousins and our crew, and how he was able to stay in Parkley Jail, even though he had big dramas with, at that time, the Lebanese. Now he's got dramas with the Syrians and all that because his people turned on him and so forth. But back in them days when he came in, he was aligned with a Syrian gang. These boys had problems with certain Lebos in this jail. And lucky for Mikey, we were there. And Mikey will confirm this, I guarantee. He gets out very soon. I think he's up for parole in 2 years or something. He's been in jail a while now. I think he got 10 with a 7. I think he's been in for 4.5. So he's got about 2 years. I think his whole sentence was 10 years or something like that. But anyone on the right to him, he'll confirm this story. I'm sure he will. He's in Goulburn jail. Feel free to write to him and ask him if I'm lying or not. I'll tell you how I met this bloke. And I'm going to leave out the names of the Lebos and the name of the crime family that had a drama with this guy and that was trying to... I don't know what words to use. I'm using my words carefully because you got to tread carefully with these things because you just don't... I don't want to create a drama with anyone at this point in my life. I'm not afraid of no one. And when you hear the stories, you will know that I'm not afraid of no one because I end up saving Mikey's life in jail from these guys. But these guys are serious. Or I don't know what they're like now. I'm not on the streets, so I don't know. Back in my time, these people were serious players in the system and serious players on the street. And they wanted Mikey's head. For whatever reasons, I don't know, to tell you the truth. I never ever got into it. I bluntly got involved. Asked if he's a dog. They said no. I said no one's touching him. Simple as that. It's 1-on-1. He's not going to hurt this boy no matter what. I'll get to the story at Parkley Jail. I'm in Parkley. I was pretty young at that time. Maybe 20 years old, 18. I'm not sure the age to tell you the truth, but I was young. In my prime, you could tell me there's 1,000 people in that yard and I'd go and confront them. That's my mentality. So anyway, I had a long beard to here, long mullet, shaved head. I looked like a totally different bloke. I could have had long hair actually. I shaved my hair off and left the mullet after that. I think I had long hair at the time with the big beard. But it's got nothing to do with what I'm about to tell you. So, I'm in Parkley. I'm on this side of the wall Mikey's coming to intake, and it's all changed now. It's privatized, and they've changed everyone's housing. It's all changed. So the main now is protection. The protection unit now is the main. No, I don't mean like the boys in. I mean management moved all the protection people out, removed all the main people out, and swapped them over. So the jail's different to how it was when I was there. So anyway, I'm on the window yelling out over the fence to the like freshies, we call them, seeing who's there, who's not. But amongst those freshies, each unit had one or two heavies there that weren't moving over to where we were, because I think the management wanted to keep us apart due to, we weren't enemies or nothing, but we all had big egos. So I'm sure it would have been, at one point, it would have been on. Because they don't take our shit, we're not going to take their shit. So anyway, they still had boys in my unit, and they had boys, everyone had boys in everyone's unit, but the heads of every crew were sort of kept apart. But their boys were kept with everyone, all the boys all mixed, but the high ranks stayed apart with each other. That's how management used to keep the peace, in a sense. So anyway, I hear there's something going on over there. One of the boys yells out and says to me, "Do you know a guy called Mikey from this crew, Syrian crew, rah rah?" I said, "Nah." So what's going on? We're yelling out like pretty loud too, to tell you the truth. It's like a 10-meter gap between each side of the wall. So there's a wall there and there's 10 meters apart. So we're screaming out to each other at night. Everyone knows where Park Lee is if you've been there, yelling over the fence. Anyway, one of my mates was over there. He was heavy, yelled out to me in Arabic and said to me, "There's a young guy just came in, such and such is gonna hit him up in the morning. If he doesn't pay, they're gonna pump him, send him to the boneyard." So I yelled back out, "Is there any paperwork on this bloke?" He yelled back, "I don't think so," in Arabic. So I yelled back and said, "No one touches that boy until we get to the bottom of this," because the crew that he was with at that time had no beef with us. Later on, we ended up having a little issue in the system, but there's nothing that's been squashed now. But at that point in time, they weren't our enemies. So we're not going to allow one of their boys get touched in a prison that we control. We had the stronghold, even though there was other heavies there. So this bloke yells out to me, the one's got the problem. Had a little few words. He goes, "Yeah, you figure him out, right?" He goes, "I'm going to get him no matter what." I said, "Really?" He goes, "No matter what, he's gone." He goes, "You can't stop it, you're not here." Very fair course, no worries. All credit to Mikey. He didn't get a protection. They yelled out to him and said to him, whatever they've said to him, "See you in the morning, rah rah." Fucking credit to Mikey. Young kid. I don't care what anyone says about him, I'm telling you, it's what I know. Maybe now they talk shit about him. I don't know what's going on now with the boy. But in my time, what I see, he went on with it. These boys went in, pumped him, didn't stab him, pumped him and hit him up, and he ended up moving over to our section straight away, because as soon as he got pumped, he was busted up. He had to go, but he got jumped. I think it was 4-1, something like that. So anyway, he comes over to our section, message comes into their boys, get him, he hasn't paid, take him out, rah rah. I walk up to him and say, "He's in my unit, no one's fucking touching him." Simple as fucking that. You tell your fucking boys over there. I said, "You just can't touch him. If you touch him, I'm gonna touch you." They had a few words. I said, "You do what you got to do." Keep in mind, I had 50 soldiers in my unit, 50 soldiers. Each unit had about 50 boys, I kid you not, aligned with us. That was the notorious gang that I've got tattooed on my arm, on my hand, which was majority Islanders. And as you know, Islanders, they'll punch on anyone, and if they're your brother, they stick with you. And they stuck with me. And then I said to these people, "You aren't touching this bloke." Anyway, long story short, Mikey comes to my unit. I pull him in straight away. I said, "Tell me the story now, what's going on, and tell me exactly word for word what is going on. Don't hide nothing. If you hide anything, you're not going to be safe here. Tell me the truth, what's going on." Mikey was real likable. He goes, "Bro," and keep in mind too, a lot of the Lebos in that unit were aligned with us too. Even though I had the Islanders with me, most of the Lebos with me too. It's just this minority, a little minority of them. A little bit of them were thinking they were tough guys, and they were like trying to wait for an opportunity to take us out, I reckon. But anyway, let me get back to the story. So, Mikey tells me the situation, all right, why they want to hit him up. what they're trying to do and all this. And I said, there's no paperwork. He goes, no, bro, I'm not a fucking dog, bro. He goes, I don't care what happens. I'm not going protection. He goes, even if you want to turn on me, I'm not going protection. I said, no one's going to protection. No one's paying nothing. I said, you're going to stick with me. You're going to move in next door to one of the boys. And only one can touch you in this jail is God. Other than God, no one can touch you. God wants you out. I can't intervene. He was amazed because I'm Muslim. Now Mikey is Muslim. I don't know if he still is to this day, but he ended up converting and all this. And he's like, wow. He's like, are you really going to back me up? You don't know me. I said, brother, no one's going to touch you. Anything happens, you have our support. Feel free, roam the yard. Don't look behind your back. We're all here. Don't worry, no one's going to touch you. So me and Mikey formed a friendship in that jail. And my cousin Mick and my brother, we formed a friendship. That particular main instigator that had a drama with Mikey, I ended up smashing it out with him on the oval. We went one-on-one because every now and then you get to mix. And he sent me a letter and he said to me, the next time I see you on the oval, I don't give a fuck if you got 100 boys with you. All credit to this bloke. He goes, I'm attacking you on sight. And I sent back, shut the fuck up. When I see you, I see you. Something like that. Seen him on the oval, I told all the boys stay out of it. I even told the Islander boys, I said, please, this is between me and my people. If anyone jumps in it and they try to shit game me, obviously, he's my brothers, have my back, but please don't jump this bloke and I'm gonna sort it out. So I went out to the oval and basically had it out with this bloke. Just smashed the fuck out of each other. No one really won, to tell you the truth. It was, to this day, I was a bit disappointed I didn't get to smash his head open. And to tell you the truth, I wanted to stab him after it, but I didn't get a chance. Every time, even though he didn't beat me and I didn't beat him, but I was cut up a little bit, he was cut up, and I told everyone no one jumps in it. And at that point, my brother had moved to another unit, my cousin Mick was in another unit, so I came out of my unit on my own, so my brother and my cousin couldn't even jump in it. So yeah, so me and this guy ended up smashing it out. And I wanted to get him for a long time in the system. Every time I'd get wind he was somewhere, I would always put a letter in, can I please go to that jail? My cousin's there, whatever's there, I'm trying to get things, I wanted to get him. I think management started to jerry on. Every time this guy's in a jail or a section, I'm trying to get there and get him. But I'll tell you who that guy is later on, another podcast, and I'll address all that. I'm just gonna speak to that bloke and see what his opinion is if I tell the story. I think he should be fine if it's the end of the day. I didn't beat him, he didn't beat me. I don't know, but we sort of talk these days. We're not best of friends, but we talk. So I'm gonna ask him if it's all right if I tell the story. So anyway, with Mikey ends up coming into the unit, become good friends with me, got out, become friends with me on the outside. I don't know what happened with him on the streets of Sydney. I'm not too sure, to tell you the truth. My guess is as good as your guess is. I just see what's on the news, but you can't believe what's on the news either, because they talk rubbish, but I don't know what's the situation. Hang on a sec. Excuse me. As I lost contact with him, so I don't know. He's in Goulburn jail now. When he gets out, I'm sure he'll come on my podcast. I'm certain he will. We're friends. We've never had a drama. I haven't seen him in many years, but I think he's off the character how I am. If someone's my friend, even if I haven't seen him in many years, friends are friends. If I see him tomorrow, it'll be like I've seen him last 10 years every day. There's no difference. So Mikey will come on the podcast, I'm sure. I don't think he forgets we saved his life in jail. And I'm not saying he was a pussy or nothing. Nothing like that. He was going to go on with it. He stood his ground. He's a man's man. But you got to say it for what it is. He was one man against 30. He was good as dead if we didn't intervene. So everyone keeps asking me if I know Mikey, what's my history of him. So that's the story. Also, a lot of people have been asking me about other stuff, like just stuff I'm not going to get into. People are asking me about this family, about that family, what's my opinion on this guy, what's my opinion on that guy. I'll make this clear. I'm not going to talk about any family, any particular person. It's just not my style. First of all, I would never put myself in a position to start a war with someone that I'm not at war with, not my enemies. We see them, we shake hands, whatever. Why would I go on my podcast and mention certain names and have an opinion on certain things? So everyone keeps asking me my opinion on this, my opinion on that. My opinion is irrelevant because I don't know nothing about any situation that's pending. Do you know what I mean? So people just keep asking me about this person, that person. Everyone they ask me about, I'm basically friends with anyway. But I just don't want to have my opinion on something where I'm not on the streets of Sydney no more. I left the streets a long time ago. It's not nice if I go on here and start having an opinion on this, having an opinion on that. End of the day, I acknowledge I've retired from this life and I've walked away. So I no longer thrive to have an opinion on the streets or try to have a presence on the streets or anything like that. So for me to stay quiet about certain topics, it's added, the simple reason is this. None of these guys are my enemies. So why would I come in here and start giving my opinion on this side or on that side? I talk to everyone I see them, you know what I mean? And why would I say something that I might not think's offensive, but maybe they think it's offensive? And then let's just give you what could happen if you say the wrong thing on a podcast. Say I turn around and give my opinion on whatever it is. And these people, even though my intention is not to insult them or talk shit about them, but they take it like I've spoken shit about them. And then they get their crew together. I'm oblivious to the whole thing because as far as I'm concerned, I didn't think I disrespected anyone, but they took disrespect to it. And then they take me out. I'll tell you where this leads to. I love my brother very dearly. And I would never put my brother in a situation that he has to get out and go and take on whatever crew, whatever. Obviously, if I got killed, my brother's going to put Sydney upside down. Why would I do that? Do you know what I mean? And also, a lot of girls are messaging me that have broken up with certain bikies, certain crime laws, whatever you want to call them. I would never, ever, ever talk to a girl or date a girl that is connected to a bikie, or gangsters or crime families. I would never fight for pussy. No chance in the world. So if there's any girls out there watching this and you're trying to get revenge on your ex-boyfriend or your ex-husband, whatever he may be, don't message me, because if you message me and I don't know who you are and I start getting to know you and then I find out you're linked to this guy or that guy, I'm going to leave you straight away. I ain't scared of no cunt. But there's things in life you just avoid. I avoid certain things. Talking shit about any crews, there's no need. Before, they're not my enemies. I stay away from girls that are linked to any gangsters and that because I don't want to fight for pussy. I live my life like this. At this point here on with my life. Before I used to fight for colours and I used to fight for my gang and I used to fight for my reputation. These days I fight for simple things. Someone kills someone in my family, I'll kill 10 in theirs. Someone cuts my brother, I'll cut their head off. Other than that, I ain't fighting for pussy. I ain't fighting for gangs. I ain't fighting for nothing. I walk in the street, I swear to God, yeah, let me tell you my mindset how it is. I'm not scared of no one, nothing in this world. I fear Allah and that's it. Whether you think I'm sitting aerating or talking shit, it's your choice. But I'm sure a lot of people know that have dealt with me in the prison system know that I'm not scared of no cunt. I walk in the street and I see gangsters, whatever they are, they're sitting 4 or 5 guys. And they staring at me, right? This is what I do. Because I'm scared of them. I'm not fucking scared of no cunt. I just know how serious things can escalate out of a simple punch up or argument. I would never put my brother in that situation where he has to go to war with half of Sydney because I was staring at someone. They're staring at me. Then I say to them, what the fuck are you looking at? They say to me, what are you fucking looking at? And we attack each other and it's on from there. So this is how I deal with it. I'm walking in the street, right? For example, the other day I'm in the city, in the middle of the CBD. I was walking, I don't remember where I was going. In the corner of my eye, I noticed a few heads. I'm not going to say who they are. All respect to them, you know, they didn't try nothing anyway, but I'll tell you how it was going to pan out. I was walking past and I looked over and seen them and I thought, look at my luck. These guys have seen me. I felt they were staring at me and I just felt this is going to go 2 ways. I'll tell you how. First of all, I'm walking to a shop that I'm working on. I've got little sledgehammer in my bag, little normal hammer, screwdrivers, all tools I'm using on the job site. I carry with me, and sometimes if my bike breaks down, I like to have tools on me. This could escalate. I could very easily see 5 guys, my life's in danger, bang, pull a sledgehammer out of my bag, go to work on whoever they are. They might have a gun on them. They might have a knife on them. They pull out. Someone's going to fucking die. Fuck that. I don't need that in my life. So I'll tell you what I do. I'll tell you what I did in this situation. I seen on the corner of my eye, they were staring at me. So I looked up at them, got eye contact with all of them, and I waved at them. I said, how you doing? Straight away, they waved back because they realised I'm not being a wanker, I'm not being a dickhead. They know I'm not fucking scared, just like they're not scared of me. No one's scared of no one in this life. Do you know what I mean, mate? I've fucking got a sledgehammer in my backpack, going to work. I could pull a fucking sledgehammer out. I could do whatever I wanted to do. Surely they could do whatever they wanted to do. But I am a smart enough man to know wars can escalate to a level where it's not worth it. It's only worth it if somebody touches someone in your family, touches your missus, touches your kids, touches your livelihood. These are the things you go to war for. These are the things you weigh up and you say, okay, they've touched my brother, or they've touched my missus, or they've touched my family, or they've destroyed one of my businesses. This is where you say to yourself, forget about being a gangster. I've got to do what I've got to do now. If I've got to put a belly on, I've got to fucking find out where cunts are living. Whatever it is, you got to do what you got to do if you're put in that predicament. But to start a drama over this guy came into my area, or that guy came into that area, if I'm walking, this guy's staring at me, I'm not about that life. Maybe they think I'm a pussy for turning my face or saying hello. Obviously, I don't think they'd think that. They know I've built my reputation on these streets. People know I'm scared of no one. But in that predicament, I tell you, I was in the city. I was in the middle of the CBD. This was the other day. I was walking, I seen him staring. I dead set looked at him. In my mind, I thought, I'm going to say hello. If they don't say hello back and they want to start, then they've put me in a predicament. I never run from no one. It's too late now. I'm walking to fucking my job site. These guys are staring at me. This is going to go down a road where it's God's will. This is how I look at it. This is what I thought to myself. I'm going to say hello to them. If they want to start, I've got to defend myself. It's going to be on. If they're going to fucking harm me, I'm going to harm them. 5 of them, I'm on my own, probably going to get fucked up. Who gives a fuck? Do what we got to do. But all credit to them. As soon as I looked at them, they looked over, I looked at them. I said, how you doing, boys? I yelled it out across the road. Straight away, they waved back. Drama's broken, no drama. If I was a dumb cunt, I would have kept staring at them and said, what the fuck are you looking at? They would have come over fire for them. Obviously, they're going to have a go. They're not scared of me. Just like I'm not scared of them. They jump me, or I pull out a sledgehammer, I harm one of them. I'm going to jail, there's cameras everywhere. Or if they kill me, my brother's going to get out. My brother's going to throw away his life in order to revenge for me, just like I would revenge for my brother. Without doubt, my brother would revenge for me. He would not put his head on the pillow until he's revenged my death. So why would I put people that I love in jeopardy? And this is for anyone out there that is a retired gangster or whatever you're doing in your life. Believe me, when you're walking in that street and you see those people staring at you, always put in your head, this could escalate to a point where they can kill you or you can kill them. Do you really want to do that because this guy's thinking he's got a fucking bigger dick than you, kept staring at a couple, there's 5, 6 of them walking, they're staring at you? Be the bigger man and be the smarter man, and you'll always be able to live with this decision if it goes sour. If they, after you say hello to them, continue on with the staring and say to you, whatever they're going to say and they want to escalate it, then you escalate it, then you can look to yourself in the mirror if you're in a prison cell and say, I had no fucking choice. I said hello to these blokes, they still wanted to start, what do I do? That's the only time you go on with something. If you're put in a predicament, you can't walk away. Then you have to, if you've said hello to them, you've tried to break the ice. You've been the bigger man and said, I'm going to show my ego. These guys are still in that life. They're not going to say hello to me because they're still protecting their colours and their crew or whatever they're doing. Whether it doesn't have to, I don't even think these guys were bikers, to tell you the truth. I think they were just from a crew. I can't remember. I don't know, teacher. I can't remember if they were in a club or not. From what I recall, I think they were just a street crew. I'm not sure if they've gone on to being a crew. But I straight away said hello, and all credit to them, mate. They said hello back. They said I'm not a threat to them. They said hello. So my advice to anyone out there, if you're sitting there eating and someone walks past and stares, try your best to break the ice and say, "Go on, brother. you'll always be able to live with the consequences if it goes bad. If you turn around and say to that person, how you going, brother? And he still wants to start. I mean, this guy, there's no way, he deserves everything he's going to get. Whether they kill you or you kill them, who cares? Do you know what I'm saying? So I believe, always try to avoid the drama. Trust me when I tell you this. Even if you sometimes think, these guys are going to think I'm a pussy, I'm turning my face. Believe me when I tell you this. If you're a man and you look in the mirror and you know your heart doesn't beat for no one. You don't miss a heartbeat for no cunt. You look in the mirror, I look in the mirror, I know. No matter what anyone thinks in their mind, I know my reasons for saying, oh, hey, brother, breaking the ice. Because I know things can turn like that. Do you know what I mean? So I wanted to address that. And another thing I want to address. People seen on my Instagram that I was hanging out with nomads in Melbourne. Make this clear, I was at my cousin's house, who happens to be the national vice president of the nomads. And I don't go there because he's a nomad, I'm going to see the nomads. He's my cousin, he's my blood. I go to see my cousin. A few of my friends have called me up. I said, bro, I'll be confused. Are you out of this life? I'm like, yeah, why? Look, we've seen your Instagram. You're in Melbourne, hanging out with all the nomads. I said, no, I wasn't. I went to a nomad house. There's a few nomads there. I can't stop who's got his house. If I was a nomad, I will say it now. I never hid the fact I was a nomad for 21 years. I am not a nomad. If I see the nomads in the street and we say hello to each other, it doesn't mean I'm with them. My brother's with them still. And my cousin's with them. So me and that club got no beef. Do you get what I'm saying? So I see them, I hug them, I shake their hand. I still go to my cousin's house when I'm in Melbourne. He's my blood. This bloke is my actual blood, he's my blood. And I've got blood cousins in other gangs. I'm not going to say the names. A lot of people know who I'm talking about. I've got actual blood cousin in another gang. It's just because I've got cousins, it doesn't mean, you know what I mean? Of course I'm going to say hello to them if I see them. So my advice to all you guys that are out there trying to change your life, there's a few ex-gangsters that messaged said, bro, how do you deal with when you're walking in the street and you bump into heads that you know are from that life and you know they're staring? I said, brother, just look back at them and just don't be a mad cunt. You're not in that world no more. Only become that man you used to be if they force your hand. Say hello to them and I'm sure they're going to say hello back to you because you're not a threat to them. Just like those guys I seen. The reason they said hello back to me because they realized in their mind, this guy's not a threat. He's not an active gangster no more. This guy's just living his life. So they wave straight away. Or if you're watching this, you know who you are. Thank you for that. And I appreciate that. And I understand why he was staring at me. I would do the same thing if I was using, I was still in that life. If I seen a gangster, I'd look over, see if he's got a problem. If he's got a problem, I'll deal with him. That's what you did to me. You were staring at me. I said hello to you. You knew there's no drama there. You said hello back. That's how you should live your life. Don't walk around still with the gangster mentality. If you're going to have the gangster mentality, stay a gangster. Don't walk away. Don't lose your pride and lose your integrity and lose your balls. But only become the monster you used to be if your hand is forced. If you say hello to someone and they don't say hello back and they continue to stare and they want to start, then you fucking drop your bag and you do what you got to do. Do you know what I mean? The reason I say drop your bag is I've always got a backpack on. So I just assume it's the saying drop your bag. So, do you know what I'm saying? Just, mate, if you've walked away from that life, do it 110%. If you see gangsters in the street, break the ice with them, say hello to them. You're not in that fucking world no more. That's their world now. They're making a name for themselves. Good luck to them. Don't draw yourself into this politics. You know? So I'm going to leave this at that. I love you all. Happy Ramadan to all my Muslim brothers in the world, around the world. I love you all for the sake of Allah. And I send my love to all of humankind. I hope you all have happiness and peace in your life. Peace out.